Reflect, reset, be your best. Join the quiz, it's not a test. Feel the light, embrace the dawn. Empowerment, it's going strong. Daily lesson quiz, hooray! What did we learn today? Join the fun, let's all play. Reflect, reset, rise today. Morning gods, we shine so bright. Wisdom flowing, pure insight. Tours through God's words, they lift us high. New beginnings reach the sky. Every moment, take it in. Start anew, let's begin. From the dawn to the night, together we ignite. Daily lesson quiz, hooray! What did we learn today? Join the fun, let's all play. Reflect, reset, rise today.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome to First Light Reflections, your weekday guide to self-discovery and empowerment, where each sunrise brings you and I a brand new, fresh opportunity to reflect, reset, and create the best version of ourselves. I am your devotional strategist and transformation coach, and around here, we don't just read the Bible, we renew and transform our minds with it. And today, our mission is to break cycles. Family, you're not lazy. You're not undisciplined. You've shown up. You've put in the work. You've sacrificed, pushed through silence, pushed through exhaustion, but still, there's no shift, no momentum, no breakthrough. But what if the problem isn't your effort? What if, allow me to submit to you, what if you've been building, just not with wisdom? Because in the kingdom, hard work doesn't equal promotion. The only thing that does is alignment. And sometimes you're not being blocked, you're just simply being recalibrated. And if that's you, if you've been working but still feel stuck, don't assume that you failed. You might just be out of sync with the strategy that heaven has assigned specifically for you. And today, we're not just going to talk about it, we're going to work on realigning this morning. But before we dive in, let me give a shout out to those who always dedicated, consistently show up in our live chat. Good morning, Charlotte. Good morning, good morning. Good morning, Delisa. How you doing? Hey, Sam. How you doing? Good morning, Mama B. So glad to see you guys here with us this morning. And if you're catching on the replay, you may be quiet, but I pray that your growth is just as loud. And I'm glad that you're here. Let's do things decent in order before we take a look at our poll. Heavenly Father, we thank you for keeping us through this week, extending us grace, mercy, just being the long-suffering Father that you are. As we go on our journey, continuing through Proverbs this morning, ask that you tabernacle with us, and may you be glorified in Jesus' name. Amen. Amen, family. So let us not delay as we look at hard work isn't enough. We'll be in verses 22 through 24 this morning, still making our way through chapter 14 as we take a quick look at our poll question. What's been your biggest challenge while building your calling? Lack of direction is at 50%. Burnout from doing too much is at 17%. Not seeing results at 33%, and feeling like I'm building alone sits at 0%. So we will see. We will see how this levels out. Lack of direction at 50%. Man, and feeling like I'm building alone at 0. Wow. All right. Good morning, Vanessa. Good morning. Good morning, Alicia. So glad to see you as we prepare to go on our journey. You've been working, you've been pushing, losing sleep in the name of progress, reading all the books, downloading the templates, signing up for the classes, the webinars, the courses. You've been doing everything that they said would work, right? But the results haven't matched the sacrifice, the breakthrough that you prayed for. You're like, where's it at? It still hasn't come. It still hasn't shown up. And for all the work, there's still no real visible shift, right? And now you're asking, is this even for me? Am I cursed? Is something wrong? Or worse, Worse, you know, am I falling in private while pretending in public? But maybe the issue isn't your effort. Maybe it's just simply alignment because hard work without wisdom is just holy exhaustion that is going to produce no fruit. See, you don't need more noise. You don't need another method, another way of how they say do it. You just need a moment of obedience. Because in God's system, the thing that I found out, in God's system, it's not movement that gets blessed. It's in the pause, it's in the stillness, it's surrender. That's where it's at. And so before you ask God for more, there's an important question that you have to ask yourself. Have you confused busyness with progress and ignored wisdom while chasing momentum? This is our question of the day. Have I ignored busyness? Have I mixed this up with progress and ignored some wisdom along the way while chasing the momentum? Good morning, Jay. Good morning. Good morning, Jessica. Good morning, Marie. Glad to see you. So ponder on that question of the day. Keep it in the forefront of your mind as we continue through our lesson. And lack of direction in our poll has now, under the question, what's been your biggest challenge while building your calling? Lack of direction is rising at 62%. Burnout from doing too much at 12%. Not seeing any results at 25%. And still sitting at 0% is feeling like I'm building alone. So family, if this question, have I confused busyness with progress and ignored wisdom while chasing momentum? If this question made you pause, if it made you go, I don't know, it's a good question. If it made you pause and think a second, you're not failing. You're just being invited to build differently. Why? Because effort without wisdom will always lead to exhaustion without elevation. See, because exhaustion isn't just a sign that you're doing too much. It's often a sign you're just simply doing it without alignment. And the deeper question is just not just what we're building, but why. Not how we're building it, but why. And sometimes we forget the why. Sometimes the why is not in alignment with what God has told us to do. So we've asked the question. We've confronted, the pace that we're moving at. So now let's look at the word and see what it says this morning. Verse 22. Do they not go astray who devise evil? But mercy and truth belong to those who devise good. Good morning, Show Manucci. Good morning. Good morning. Unless the Lord builds the house, we labor in vain. That's a fact. Verse 22. Do they not go astray who devise evil? But mercy and truth belong to those who devise good. See, there's a kind of grind that looks, right? Watch me. It looks wise. But guess what? It's rooted in pride, fear, and or self-preservation. See, we can work endlessly. We can make some of the most brilliant plans. We can execute those plans flawlessly and still be off course spiritually. See, because in the kingdom, strategy without surrender is still rebellion. See, success without righteousness is just failure under a good branding, with a good brand name. See, this verse, do they not go astray who devise evil, but mercy and truth belong to those who devise good. This verse doesn't just challenge our actions. It interrogates our intention as well. Do they not go astray who devise evil? So it's challenging. It's really making us stop and think. Are you building for impact or is it simply for identity? And as I was coming across the loft to the studio, I read a comment back to me on a post from the other day. And it just really went through my mind. You guys see me here behind this, right? My hands are on the helm, on the stern, at the helm. But I know who is guiding me, who is leading every step of the way. I'm just in the front. He's saying, look, you're going to be the messenger. You're going to be the mouthpiece. You have to do this in obedience. But I know who the ultimate captain of this ship is. So I have to ask, are you building for impact or just simply for identity? Are you chasing breakthrough or avoiding obedience? See, God doesn't bless what just merely looks good. He blesses what's aligned with good. Do they not go astray? Who devise evil? But mercy and truth belong to those who devise good. He blesses what's aligned with good. See, mercy and truth don't just go following and tagging along behind goals. Mercy and truth is saying, where are the people who are seeking him in the planning? Who are the people that asked him which direction to go? Where are those people? Then mercy says, hey, truth, come on. There she is right there. Truth says, hey, mercy, come on. I found one. See, mercy and truth follow the people who seek God in the planning, who follow the blueprint. Verse 23, in all labor there's profit, but idle chatter leads only to poverty. Let's be honest. Just a second. Let's be honest. As I say, good morning, Regina. Regina, let's be honest. There's a lot of noise out here. Is there not? At this point, I can't even guesstimate how many podcasts there are, panels, group chats, Facebook groups, WhatsApp communities, WhatsApp chats. There is a lot of noise out here, is there not? Everyone's talking. Everyone's building something. But here's the thing. Few are actually becoming something. Because this verse doesn't say in all talking there is profit. No, it does not. What does it say? What's the word? What does it say? It doesn't say in all talking, in all showboating. What does it say? In all labor there's profit. But idle chatter leads only to poverty. See, quiet, faithful, obedient labor. In all labor, there's profit. Let's continue to break it down. See, vision boards are nice. Vision boards are beautiful. They are. Matter of fact, whiteboards. I have two leaning against this wall here that I keep saying I'm going to put those up, and I still haven't put them up. Because I know when I put them up, I want my plans on them. I'm just being honest. I want to write my plans on them. So where have they sat for the last 2.5 years? Right there against that wall. Until I'm submitted enough, say, Lord, what are your plans for me to put on this board? But until then, both of those whiteboards, one is still in the wrapper. Facts. If I had my other camera set up, I could flip it over here and show you. Vision boards are nice. They're beautiful. Declarations, they have their place. But strategy without discipline is just spiritual posturing. That's all it is. So here's the real question. If nothing's moving, are you truly walking in purpose or just decorating obedience? See, and that word, let's look here. This word poverty, you see it here, poverty, see it right there? That word poverty is not just about money. It's spiritual depletion, mistiming, dormant purpose, unlived potential. Spiritual depletion, mistiming, dormant purpose, unlived potential. Verse 24. The crown of the wise is their riches, but the foolishness of fools is folly. Mercy. Delisa says, never made one. Thought about it a lot lately. Well, see, now we know the blueprint. Now we know the key. People say, what's the secret? What's the secret? How do I get to this? How do I get? Well, the first step is to say, Lord, what is your plan for this? Because the crown of the wise is their riches, but the foolishness of fools is folly. See, here's the contrast. Wisdom doesn't just work, it builds. Wisdom attracts, it multiplies. Wisdom crowns. But foolishness only recycles failure. It mocks counsel, it restricts structure, and it glorifies the grind without any guidance. There's no guidance behind it. See, that's why fools stay busy, but never move. Busy, busy, busy. Go, go, go. But not moving. Just spinning wheels. Because ambition without wisdom is just activity with no architecture behind it. But wisdom, it turns effort into evidence. It turns motion into meaning. The crown of the wise is their riches. See, it doesn't just get results, it builds legacy. So if you want what God has for you, family, we're going to need more than just drive. Hard work isn't enough. As we continue through our devotional text, for those just joining us, we're in Proverbs chapter 14, verses 22 through 24. As we take a glance back at our poll, what's been your biggest challenge while building your calling? Lack of direction still sits at the top at 50%. Burnout from doing too much went up to 33%. Not seeing results at 17%, and still sitting at 0% is feeling like I'm building alone. So family, we've determined we need a blueprint. The kind of blueprint that heaven drew before we ever even went to pick up the tools. So after all of that, after all of the building, all the effort, all of the drive, the real question isn't, am I doing enough? No. The real question is, what am I building? Is what I'm building even wise? Is this wise? Is this guided by wisdom? Did I consult with God? Did I even check in? Good morning, Michelle. Good morning. Good morning. Delisa says, I'm listening. Help me to apply wisdom to the plans that you give me. So this is what we have to stop and evaluate. Is what I'm building even wise? See, here's what we don't talk about enough. Here's not what's said enough. You can be exhausted, ran down into the ground, and still out of alignment. You can be busy and still unfruitful. We can look successful and still be building something that won't last. Because God doesn't bless hustle that doesn't have direction. He blesses structure that is surrendered under obedience. See, and let's reframe this wisdom today. Let's reframe it. Not every successful looking life is built on wisdom. There are many people who are thriving in public and falling apart in private. Because success without wisdom is just ning, as they say, just noise, confusion. Busyness doesn't equal fruitfulness. See, filling our schedules doesn't mean that we're moving forward. Have a full calendar, but that doesn't mean we're moving, making progress. Who remembers the lesson? Give me a one if you remember the lesson where we talked about how you get that upward swing. I can see the thumbnail in my head now. You guys remember? Had a chart on it and it had an arrow that was swinging up, and we were talking about upward momentum. Not just filling our calendars, overwhelming our suggestions. No, I can't do it on Wednesday, busy. Not on Thursday, busy. Not on Friday, busy. Saturday, busy. Sunday, busy. Monday. Matter of fact, I'm just busy for the rest of the year. And busy doesn't equal fruitfulness. Filling ourselves to the max doesn't mean that we're moving forward. A full calendar can still hide an empty calling. Trust me on that. God blesses systems that are submitted to Him, not those that are scattered in energy. Some of us aren't tired because we're weak. We're just building without blueprints. There's no blueprint. There's no direction. See, burning fuel on things that God never told us to pick up and carry. That's not strength, family. That is simply misalignment. Here's your transformation cue for the day. Today, I align my grind with God's guidance. I'm aligning with God's guidance. Here's your mirror mandate. I just don't want results. I want results that are righteous. See, obedience won't slow me down. It'll build what lasts. Sometimes we want to take the shortcuts, but we have to remember, obedience isn't slowing us down. It's helping us to build a solid foundation. See, this isn't just a mantra. It's a mindset reset. Today, I align my grind with God's guidance. See, we live in a world that glorifies the grind over and over. But hustle without direction, it's just noise. See, in this cue, reminds you, God just doesn't want your effort. He says, I need you to make sure you're in alignment with me. Otherwise, we're doing what? We're just going along to get along. Well, I'm just following the trends. I'm following the crowds. Good morning, David Hunt. Good morning, good morning. And God doesn't want that. He doesn't just want the effort. Well, this is what he told me to do. He wants our alignment. And today isn't about doing more. It's about doing what matters most with God leading it. Knowing, see, I don't just want results. I want results that are righteous. Because let's be honest, it's easy to buy the appearance of momentum. It's real easy. Fake views, fake likes, fake shares. But see, here's the thing. You can't fake fruit. You can't. There is no way you can have 1,700 people watching a live stream and not one single comment. That's not engagement. You know what that is? Let me tell you. That is ego padding. Because 1,700 people don't sit in total agreement. There would be questions, there would be pushback, there would be feedback, there would be some kind of disruption. Give me a 1 in the chat if you've seen 1,700 people all in agreement at one time. Give me a 2 if you haven't, right? 1,700, if you had 1,700, 1,400, 1,200. There's going to be somebody's going to say, I got some questions. There's going to be some pushback. There will be some kind of disruption. But when it's all silence, let me tell you something. That's not strategy. It's simulation. That's all it is. See, and even pastors are doing it these days. Churches, inflating numbers to look anointed. When really, let me tell you what that really is. It's called analytics manipulation, and heaven is not pleased. See, because God doesn't bless manufactured momentum. He blesses authentic obedience. See, this isn't about just, look at me, looking effective. Look at me, I have 1,700 live viewers, 1,400 on the live stream, but not one single comment. This isn't about looking effective. It's about being trustworthy with truth. So if I can't trust you to give it to me straight, to give it to me real, how can I trust you to lead and guide? Because at the end of the day, you don't need fake traction. You need real transformation. And as your devotional strategist and transformation coach, I'm not just here to help you impress people. I'm here to help you align with purpose. Because whether you're building a platform, a family, a business, or just trying to stay consistent, fake won't hold, but truth will stand. So build wisely, live righteously, and allow God to handle the recognition. Never going to happen. Allow God to handle that recognition. See, this isn't just for entrepreneurs or content creators. This is for anyone who's trying to build something that lasts. Whether it's a relationship, a business, a habit, and even better yet, the healed version of you. Because not every launch is led, and not every plan is God approved. So before you go toiling, spinning in circles, driving yourself, no, I'm working hard. Before you move, pause. Pause. Ask yourself, is this rooted in God's instruction or just simply my insecurity? Is this plan submitted or just smart looking? Does it look real good? It's laid out on paper. We have the plan. But is this plan submitted? Or just does it look real good? Am I producing fruit or just activity? See, because in the kingdom, it's not about what moves fast. It's about what moves in alignment with God. Which, when the cloud moves, you move. When I move, you move. Just like that. Just like that. See, the enemy isn't just sending distractions. He's weaponizing effort, taking advantage of effort that has no direction. He wants you to burn out doing good things. Oh, I'm doing this. I'm doing this. Oh, this is for the Lord. And he wants you to burn out in busyness, doing what we think is the good thing, so that we never reach the God thing. Because if we continue to confuse productivity with purpose, we're going to crown ourselves before God does. And that, my friends, is out of order. Let's glance back at this poll. What's been your biggest challenge while building your calling? Lack of direction has now dropped to 43%. Burnout from doing too much at 36%. Not seeing results at 21%. And feeling like I'm building alone still sits at 0%. We'll leave it for a few more minutes. We'll leave it. David Hunt says, you're talking to me right now. Speak, Lord. Speak to me. Except the Lord build the house. As Sho Manucci says, it will crumble. Every good thing is not for me to do. It's not. But we will sometimes allow people to convince us, you need to do. No. God didn't tell me to do this. But I need you. But you know what? God didn't say he needed me to. We can't confuse productivity with purpose, because we just end up taking the crown, grabbing it, boom, putting it on our own head. And God's like, but what? You just gonna crown? Oh, this what we doing today? We crowning ourselves? Okay. All right. The Watcher Foundation and Instruction, 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. This is where real builders begin. Not in the morning rush, no, but in the evening quiet, when the world is powering down, worn out from being busy. But heaven downloads strategy, because wisdom doesn't show up in chaos. Since we've started our journey through Proverbs, we've been shown time and time again that wisdom speaks in stillness. And before you build anything that lasts, you have to hear and have clarity. You have to hear clearly. You have to have clarity. So let this hour reset your rhythm. Let it remind you that you're not just working. This isn't just solo work. We have to look, I'm partnering. I'm in a partnership. You may have filled out the paperwork because the world says, okay, either you're a solopreneur, or you're a LLC, or you're a corporation, or you're an S corp. You can fill out whatever worldly paperwork you want. What are you? But when it comes down to it, you're in a partnership. Who's that partnership with? With God. So you may look at it as, oh, I'm a solopreneur. I'm a single business. I know there's a partnership. Always. You're partnering with a God who doesn't just give vision. He says, all right, I've given you the vision. Now, if you watch closely, if you pay attention, if you stay alert, I'm going to give you the blueprint along the way. Busyness is not always the Lord's business. This is when we lay down the plans for tomorrow, when others wind down. This is your strategic hour to partner with heaven's blueprints. Here's your declarations. I'm not building blindly. I am led by wisdom, not noise. I labor under divine direction. Here are your prayer prompts. Lord, expose every place in my life where emotion has replaced meaning. Give me discipline where I've only had desire. And teach me to listen before I move. Let my work be crowned by you, not just noticed. So before the night closes out, allow wisdom to open up, family. This isn't just the end of our day. Now, some days, you're like, man, I'm just ready to go to bed. This isn't the end of the day. It's the beginning of alignment. We don't need more hustle. We just simply need more holy instruction. So let this watch anchor your next move. Stillness. Stop striving and just opt for stillness. And if you want to understand more about the power of the prayer watches, you know what to do. Scan the code on the screen, or you can click the link in the description below this video. So before your next big move, just simply pause. Just like this. Just pause. Take a look around. If you're near some rose bushes, smell the roses. As we close out our poll, what's been your biggest challenge while building your calling? Sitting at 43% is lack of direction. Well, we figured out, where does that direction come from? In partnership, waiting on the blueprints. All right? Have a spot of tea. I would share with y'all if I could get it to you. I would. Chocolate tea with a spot of lavender in there this morning. Mercy. I know it's good. I know. That was a good idea you had. Before that next big move, just pause. God doesn't bless what's viral. He blesses what's viable and what's submitted. Not everything exciting is ordained. So before your next decision, that next text, that next step, just pause. And it's important to note, we're not pausing in fear, but in wisdom. Wisdom, reverence. Ask yourself, have I prayed about this plan more than I've promoted it? We've told everybody under the sun. We've sold the tickets. We've made the flyers. Have I prayed about this plan more than I've promoted it? Have I submitted this, or did I just start it? Did the idea just hit me and I just ran with it? Because God doesn't bless what trends. He blesses what's trusted to him first. Your task. Here's your task. Here's your assignment activation. Write the plan. Write the plan. Then lay it before God. Don't just ask him to approve it. Ask him to also adjust it. Make the adjustments. Don't run off to that next guru webinar. Next, they said. No. Lord, here is my plan. Approve it and make adjustments where needed. That's what's going to make it sustainable. So in recap, family, of our devotional text, we went through Proverbs chapter 14, verses 22 through 24. See, and remember at the beginning of the week, where's Michelle? Remember, I said, Michelle, when you get a chance, look ahead. How's 15 looking? Have you had a chance to look ahead at 15 yet? Because 12, 13, and 14, boy, it's been laying it to us, has it not, family? So I said, Michelle, can you please, what's ahead? Is 15 leveling us out? Chapter 15. So our takeaway, family, it's not about doing more. It's not. It's not. It's about doing it with God. That's what it is. Michelle said, I read a half. Sure have. So are we still in the valley, Michelle? Or is 15 going to level us out a little bit? Or is he still going to keep socking it to us in 15? It's not about doing more. It's about doing it with God. That's it. Because hard work isn't enough when heaven's not in it. See, some of the frustration didn't come from failure. It just came from foolish momentum. What did the verse tell it? What did the verse tell us? Foolishness is the folly of fools. It's just foolish folly. Foolish folly. Well, Michelle says it's rocking it to us. Okay, all right. All that glitters ain't gold. Ooh, to the we. Sometimes we just simply, like Charles says, dead giveaway. Something is wrong here. Something is wrong with these plans. Why is this not working? I've changed everything. I watch people driving themselves up the wall, back down. Why is my channel not growing? Why am I not getting... Is it my thumbnails? Is it my descriptions? Is it my tags? Is it my keywords? Why is my church not growing? Is it this? Is it oh my God. First of all, did he call you? Did he tell you to do? I know. So some of that frustration is not from failure. It came from foolish momentum. We were moving, but we weren't aligned. We had all the drive. Boy, the engine was just revved up. But guess what? There was no direction, just driving. I remember growing up, my grandma would say, come on, we going for a drive. Ooh, where we going? I don't know. We just going on a drive. And we just drive around. On the country roads of Mississippi, dust kicking up. We didn't really have no mission direction where we were specifically headed. We was just out burning gas, just driving. Good morning, Pamela. Just driving. So we have to have some direction. Running ahead of God. It's what we do. It's what we do. See, because motion, here's the thing. We get busy and motion starts, well, I'm productive. Motion feels productive until you realize that it's not planted in wisdom. It's all fun and games till somebody loses an eye. But the moment you stop chasing noise and start building from submission. Remember, I've shared with you guys, when the Spirit said, okay, I need you to change this channel. Change what? Yeah, I'm telling them about what happened. Some of them don't know. Change what? What? You want me to delete all of my music, all of my reggae? Stop DJing. You want me to do what? Man. Family, I'm telling People say, Tora, how do you have almost 30,000 subscribers? I don't have almost 30,000 subscribers. He does. And you say he? He does. The Holy Spirit, the Father, the Son, the Holy Ghost. They do. They do. Because I followed the blueprint. I stopped listening to them, the gurus, the experts. I stopped doing it how they told me to do it. Tora, this is how you do YouTube. Sign up for my webinar. Take my challenge. No, the only challenge I'm taking is thus saith the Lord. And if it does not line up with his word, I ain't doing it. I'm not. I was tired. Miss Hilly was tired. Family, when we follow the blueprint, that's when everything shifts from hustle to harvest. It's sweet too. Family, when you go out and you see the fruit of the labor, it's a wonderful thing. When your basket is full of fruit from the harvest. You know, like Sam, she always sends pictures when she goes out in her garden. She's put in the hard work, out there tilling, running all over town, getting worm castings, nailing here, putting this up. But then she sends the pictures of the tomatoes, the cucumbers, the harvest. The harvest. That's what it's about, family. You've heard the word. Now, let's see. Let's see what stuck with us this morning. Y'all ready? Come on.
In the morning, light so bright, it's the first light reflections quiz time. Tornado leading the way with God's wisdom. Let's start the quiz and seize the day.
Let's go.
All right, true or false? All planning leads to prosperity. Is this true or is this false? All planning leads to prosperity. I know the scripture just flashed back through your head that was up there on the screen. In all labor. I know you're saying it. You're like, All planning leads to prosperity. Regina says big false. Mama B. Good morning, Natasha. Forgive me. Good morning. Good morning. I saw you come in out of the corner of my eye, and I forgot to come back and acknowledge. That is indeed false, family. Only wise, righteous planning leads to blessing. What leads to poverty, according to our devotional text in verse 23? Bad investments, idle chatter, wrong friendships, or late timing. What leads to poverty, according to Proverbs chapter 14, verse 23? Bad investments, idle chatter, wrong friendships, or late timing, according to our devotional text. So good to see you, Pamela. And as I always say, ain't none of my business where you been. How have you been? And I pray that you have been well. What David say? David said, I don't have to. He said, I was here today. I don't have to go over and take Michelle's answers. Y'all going with 2? All right. Let's see. That is it. Idle chatter. Well done, David Hart. In all labor, there is promotion, profit, pity, or promise. Fill it in according to our scripture text. In all labor, promotion, profit, pity, or promise. What say you, fam? Charlotte, sometimes. Promotion, profit, pity, or promise. Let's see. Shomanucci says B, Mama B, with B. Let's see, fam. That's it. In all labor, there is profit. God rewards diligent work, not just intentions. What is the crown of the wise? Is it praise, popularity, riches, or wisdom? According to our devotional text that we went through this morning, and we went through it with a fine-tooth comb, What is the crown of the wise? Praise, popularity, riches, or wisdom? What say you, fam? 1, 2, 3, or 4? Let's see. I thought I saw. Let's see. We got that. I knew I saw some threes in there. Wait a minute. Charlotte said no. Okay, David. Let's see. David, you want to look up? You want to nudge Michelle and be like, "What you put?" Come on now. Ding, ding, ding. Charlotte said, wait. That's it. Wisdom produces tangible fruit, both spiritually and materially. The crown of the wise are riches. According to our devotional text. True or false? Fools are rewarded for trying. Is this true or is this false? Fools are rewarded for trying. True or false? In light of our devotional text, do fools get rewarded for trying? True or false? What say you? Delisa says false. Fools are rewarded for trying. Is this true or is this false? What say you, fam? Michelle says it's true. Charlotte said, I don't know, man. Show Manucci going with false. Let's see. Regina said, I don't. Saying going with true. Tricky. False. Trying without wisdom results in folly, not fruit. All right. What is the danger of hustle without wisdom? Burnout, wealth, growth, or rest? What is the danger of hustle without wisdom? Burnout, wealth, growth, or rest? What say you, fam? Right? Ain't no participation ribbons now. You get a ribbon just for everybody gets a trophy. Let's just give everybody a reward. Let's give everybody a trophy. Whoo-wee. I know. Holy Spirit over here saying, leave it alone. I'm going to leave it alone this morning. I am. Let's see. That's it, family. Burnout. Without direction, effort just leads to exhaustion. What does Proverbs chapter 14, verse 22 reveal about intention? Good intentions are enough. Evil plans are hidden. Mercy belongs to those who devise good, or intention doesn't matter. What does Proverbs 14:22 reveal about intention? Just having good intentions, you're good to go. Evil plans, nobody knows. Mercy belongs to those who devise good, or doesn't matter. Intention, do it for whatever reason you want. Is this true? Can we do this, family? Which one? All right. That is it. Mercy belongs to those who devise good. All right. Which question is part of our wisdom work cycle? Do I feel excited? Is it big enough? Is this rooted in God's instruction? Or will people support it? What should be the question that we lead out and ask as part of our wisdom work cycle? Am I excited about this? Did I set a big enough goal? Is this rooted in God's instruction? Or I wonder if people will support this. Will people buy this? I don't know. Will anyone sign up? Now, if we reverse this question to be truthful, 99% of the time, what is the regular, right, BC, before Christ, work cycle? It would be A, B, and D. Tell the truth. Tell the truth. That's it, family. Is this rooted in God's instruction? God's approval will always matter more than just visibility. Fill it in. Without wisdom leads to wasted energy. Which of these without wisdom leads to wasted energy? Faith, favor, effort, or praise? Fill in the blank. Is it faith without wisdom, favor, effort without wisdom, or praise without wisdom? What do you say, fam? Yep. Shomanucci says effort. Are y'all in agreement? What say you? To the whom. All right, Charlotte. Mama B put 3. And Delisa and Michelle. Boy, I think that one was a home run there. Hustle without strategy equals burnout. Here we go. What posture should define the 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. the watch of foundation and instruction? What posture should define this watch? Collapse, chaos, foundation, or frustration? What posture should define this watch? Collapse, chaos, foundation, or frustration? What say you, fam? According to our devotional time that we spent together this morning. All right. David Hunt said we need harder questions. All right. Y'all see? Anybody else agree with David? We need harder questions. All right. Let's see. That's it, family. Foundation. This is the time to build with heaven and to not just brainstorm with ego. So, family, under our topic, hard work isn't enough. You've done the work. You've shown up, stayed up late, pushed past the limits, and kept the faith. But today's devotional text reminded us, effort without alignment is not elevation. It's just simply exhaustion dressed up as progress. And many of us, we found out we aren't stuck. We're just moving slowly without submission. And that shift, making the shift from grind to guidance, from hustle to hearing, that's where everything changes. So if you're in a season where nothing seems to be working, don't give up. Don't give up. Just simply make the shift. Realign. Because the issue may not be how hard, how much are you exerting, how hard you're working. It just simply might be, who are you building it with? Who are you partnered with? And allow wisdom to be your blueprint. Let obedience be your new strategy. And allow God to be your builder. Allow him to be the head contractor. Man. All right, family. Remember, we don't walk this journey alone. Not only are we your First Light Reflection community and family here, step by step, humbly walking along with you, Emmanuel, God with us. God is with you. You don't walk this journey alone. All right. Until next time, walk good, do good, be good. Tornado, I'm out. I love y'all. I truly do. All right? Go out there, pull out the blueprints, dust them off, get to work. All right? Me God. Soon forward.
Wake up to the sunrise glow. First light reflections, here we go. Torah uses God's wisdom to guide us every day. Self-discovery on the way. Reflect, reset, be your best. Join the quiz, it's not a test. What